Welcome to our year-end review for 2022-2023 for my 9th and 10th graders. The first half of this year, they actually went back to a public school. It was a specialty school, which required a lot of work from them. And that is actually one of the reasons that we decided to come back to homeschooling. The life balance was not good, as they had 3 to 5 hours of homework every night after school. And they did have a good experience. They were able to learn a lot in that setting. But overall, we're a lot happier with our decision to come back into our homeschooling. So the classes they took that semester were geography, geology, math, English, and a computer science class where they learned about coding in Python. The geology class, this is actually the curriculum from that class. I have a son that just loves geology, and these are some of the other books that he studied a lot this year. We also did a fun field trip where we went and got petrified wood, and have done other field trips in the past doing some rock hounding with him. So after that, when we came back into homeschooling for science, we also did a lot of studying on their own, as well as we did about half of the Cells and Heredity book, which was really great. One of the things we did for English this year was just have them write papers on the things they were learning about. And one of those was talking about cells. Another was based on the field trip they took to a water purification plant, where they were able to then write about all of the different steps that they take to purify our drinking water. So that was really fun for them this year. For music, they've continued with their private lessons, and I have a cellist and a banjo player. These are a couple of my cellist's favorite books from this year. They do sometimes play songs together, which is really fun because it's unique to have a banjo player and a cellist that play the same songs. For U.S. history, they took a class with our homeschool group. So a bunch of youth together were able to learn a lot about U.S. history. They read The Landing of the Pilgrims, Being George Washington by Glenn Beck, and then they also read the Constitution, and it talked a lot about the Constitution. Now this book down here, Our Sacred Honor, was one that one of my sons was able to add on just as a fun novel read that talks about the Revolutionary War. For math, we continued with Matthew C. We've really enjoyed Matthew C. We are in Algebra 2. They did not finish this one this year because they started mid-semester after finishing with their public school, I should say mid-year, their second semester. We really like Matthew C. We've had really good success. We started that one probably 3 years ago, started using Matthew C., and we have just really enjoyed the way that it gives the kids independence because there is an instructor that teaches them what to do. They're able to go in and get their math done just working together, and getting a little bit of help from parents every once in a while, but most of the time they're able to find a lot of success on their own. So the rest of English this year was reading. We did a lot of reading this semester, and these are the books that they did as they're reading for the year, and that's between the two of them. So not all of these books were read by each of my boys, but between them they were able to get these read. So we've got Dragon Rider, the Inkspell series, Narnia, the Harry Potter series, and yes, this was the first year they were able to read the entire series, as we've had them doing them step by step as they get older. Five Kingdoms, The Beyonders, Dragon Watch. We've got the Spirit Animals, and a really fun Les Mis high school edition. I like the high school edition because they edit it down to where it's just really readable and super enjoyable. How to Train Your Dragon, my son they've both read it before, but my older son actually took it and read it to my youngest this year, and it was a fun bonding activity for them. So that was really exciting to see them working together. We've got Lord of the Rings. They actually read The Hobbit last year, and one of my sons continued on and finished that series this year. Read The Candy Shop Wars. We've got Minecraft manuals over there. True Stories of Survival. We've only done a few of the stories in that one, but that's been as a family. And Hatchet. And then I have another son that also did the Brandon Sanderson, and I don't remember if it's called Skyfall or Skyward, but that series. And was able to read up until the point where they're now waiting for the last book to come out. and are very excited about that. So overall, it's been a really good year. I feel like they've grown a lot as students in being able to direct their own education more. And overall, we're really happy to be back to homeschool. We really enjoy our homeschooling and being together as a family. So it's been a successful year, and that is the end of 2022-2023.